Belen Fernandez.
Thank you very much. The incoming president of the BASC, President Clinton Serralde, all of the officers, members, or the leadership team, and of course the outgoing president, Rose Vidal, all of the officers, members, my very good friend, Mayor Jinky Karachi, of course with her family, and Kuya Lino, the past presidents of Bonuan Association of Southern California, Mr. Paul Mejia, Mrs. Lea Cornel Gomez, thank you for the introduction, Kuya Phil Inboido, Mr. Romy Serralde, Kuya Jenny Maramba, and Atenili Ferrer Paras, thank you for the accommodation, and of course Rose Gonzalez, and Kuya Manny Zeralde. The past president of Far South, Cesar Adan. We are proud that today we have Mr. Julio de Guzman, the president of La Jolla Lions Club. Mr. Romy Crana, the president of the Pangasinan Association of San Diego County. Mr. Teddy the Twin, the president of Mapandan Association of San Diego County. The president of Samahan Association, Mr. Jimmy Sower. Former Vice President of Alcalenian Association of Southern California, Mirna Lariosa. Of course, the Lions Global Team Leadership Coordinator, Mr. Jay Ruiz Sr. Former and incoming President of Dagupan City, Dagupan City Club of San Diego, Mr. Sandy Francisco. And of course, I've seen a lot of friends here. I've seen Mona, I've seen Kagawad Mel Ibasan, I didn't expect, and of course, Kuya Lino, Mrs. Marie Dumantay, and the very special Her Majesty Queen, Ms. Megan Serralde. I think I was there when she was also crowned as Miss BCCSC, and now she is Miss BASC. Good evening, everyone. I've come here to personally express my felicitations to the officers, members of the Bonuan Association of Southern California. And it pleases me to see many of you here, as I am excited to bring some news for you from our beloved city. But first, allow me to share the happiness and pride of the people of Dagupan to everyone here today. Our Kabaluyans from Bonuan, we are now live, they can see all of us. And of course, to your families, your friends, and other guests here in sharing the fellowship. There is no denying that Bonuan is one of the most valuable communities in Dagupan City. geopolitical, economic, and social life, Bonuan is dynamic, growing, and thriving. And I cannot imagine the Gupan growing without hearing the heartbeat of Barangay Bonuan. Bonuan mesmerizes us not just because of our beautiful sea and shorelines which offer a window for other people to peer into our soul as a city. Bonuan, incidentally, it's not just about Bonuan Bangos. It is not just about Tundaligan Beach. It's not just about the MacArthur landings and the liberation of Luzon. It's not just about your great sons and daughters like former 5-time speaker Jose de Venecia, among others. There is more. For me, it is about the great spirit of the Dagupeños that is magnified by the great spirit of all people who hails from Bonuan. This is precisely the reason why it was easy for me to decide to come here. There is an invisible thread that binds you on the beloved city of your homeland. And there is an invisible thread that led me here, and that thread is our innate sense of family. I've come here because it is, for me, like coming home to see my own family, and you are my family here. I stand here today wielding the most important and heartwarming news from home. Before I left the Philippines, I attended the formal conferment rites for the Philippine Cities Competitiveness Index. And we have been declared by the Philippine Chamber of Commerce Incorporated as the 13th most improved city in the Philippines, leaping by at least 31 notches from number 44 when I assumed my office in 2013. This is the strongest showing in the Dagupan's history, and we have been adjudged the best throughout Region 1 and the highest among cities in Luzon. I'm confident that with a little more hard work, we will break into the league of the top 10 cities in the Philippines. By a few more years, in the same league as Manila, Quezon City, Davao, Iloilo, and Cebu. Let me tell you that while it was no mean easy task, there was no magic formula, we were not an overnight success, and the path we have been taken was often bumpy. We took great courage to fight and reform an institution that was beleaguered by corruption, by personal and shady interests, by decades of neglect and apathy. And it was a difficult, lonely battle. Today, the city of our birth is renewed, anchored on our goals for a Balon Dagupan. There was no magic formula, there was no magic pill. In May 2013 and 2016, for 2 consecutive local elections, I solved a mandate that was founded on good governance, on honesty, transparency, accountability, and performance. Dagupan, and for a great part, Bonuan, have chosen to take the right side of history and elected me into office. Great things are taking shape in Bonuan today. We are breathing a new life into Tundaligan Beach. We have reclaimed our sea from more than 300 shed owners, where in fact only a handful are residents of Dagupan. We have created a master plan that would revitalize the park by building boardwalks, biking, jogging lanes, manicured lawns, installing water sports facilities, and other recreational tourism amenities. We have finally closed down the garbage dump site which for the past 50 years has evolved into a sea of waste that has driven away potential tourists and investors. Today, we offered an alternative to waste pickers in the sea by building very soon a decent, I built them already. I have already provided them decent homes, a daycare center for their children, a health center, and provided them the livelihood opportunities. In place of the closed dam site, we were able to secure the help of Procter & Gamble Philippines after so much prodding, tons of paperwork, and appeal from local, national, and international institutions. We are finally building the country's third waste-to-energy facility at a stunning cost of almost $11 million, or roughly 511 million pesos, at no cost to our city. We are closing the dam site in Bonuan with the corresponding closure and rehabilitation plans to turn it into a green park. And everything that has been dumped therein, down to the last piece of plastic, would be processed in this facility and converted into cheap fuel. Managing the city waste has evaded so many city administrations in the past 50 years. My dear friends, the most viable solution to Dagupan's waste problem is at hand, and it is happening in our lifetime. I'm happy to report to you that we now have a new land use plan to replace the old one that dates back to 1978, or nearly 40 years ago. It is an important and dynamic document, and I would like to tell you why it is important for you, especially the residents of Bonuan. We are used to knowing that economic activities only happen within the center of our community. And in Dagupan, we often associate the downtown area as the central hub, or the commercial business district as the nucleus for everything, for trade, for commerce, for banking, education, and healthcare. That is no longer the case from here on. With our new land use policy, we are carving not just one, but 4 economic corridors on growth centers. And the entire Bonuan is one of them. We have identified Bonuan as one economic, industrial zone and tourism zone. With the assistance of the national government, through the Philippine Economic Zone Authority, or the PEZA, it is now listed as one of the priority investment destinations in the country, where potential investors can locate with all of the amenities and the perks. In fact, a week ago, the PEZA Authority in the region just awarded Dagupan City as one of the economic zone in our country. 2 days before, a company, they call it the Sutherland, also visited Dagupan and is now making an inspection on the site where the economic zone will be put up. We are implementing the most ambitious and largest shelter program in our city history of building homes for more than 400 families in Santa Maria in Bonuan, Bukid, where we shall relocate all informal settlers residing in the danger zones. Those who spend their lives living in rivers, the creek, and close to the shorelines. For the first time, they have a city government that actually looks for their welfare and is building home for their families, safe and secure from all elements like storm, floods, and strong winds. In Bonuan, as in the rest of the city, we have also carried on programs for children,
specifically the construction of school buildings, multi-purpose gymnasium. The League of Cities has conferred upon Dagupan the title as the most resourceful city because we just did not await for help to come our way, but we pursued our plans. We chased all potential government and private sectors donations. And with the help of so many people, we have averted a potential shortage of classrooms by constructing public school buildings, facilities throughout Dagupan, including Bonuan, in the face of the revamp of the education program with the introduction of the senior high school. It was all because of the pitiful, heart-wrenching sight of children in Bonuan Bukid holding classes under the trees, on beaches, or bleachers, on the floors of the old dilapidated gym under the stairs, and it was also painful to me to see children suffering in these sorry conditions. When I saw this in Bonuan, I told myself, I need to do something to spare our children from studying in the miserable environment, as if grinding poverty of their families had not been then miserable already. In 2015, we were able to secure more than 500 million pesos worth of public infrastructure for education, and Bonuan benefited from this. Let me add also that we have also implemented roads, elevation of major and minor streets, and even in sitios in Bonuan. And I believe that many of you might have heard of these from your families and relatives back home. Even in the face of harsh criticism, especially from people who have not done anything to address these while they were still in power, we work so hard and at times against time because we need to finish the work done before the rain comes. I fully understand that many areas that were not used to be flooded became inundated today during thunderstorm. But times have changed and the impact of global climate going crazy is now being felt. And what we used to be is the floodless Bonuan. I did not invent climate change, and it is high time we need to change perspectives. And change only takes place when we match words into action. There is much work to be done, but the good thing is we are working double time and we are moving forward. There would be a lot of things to say about Bonuan. And I know you all long to see and hear more happy news about the city of our birth. I have many other stories to share with you about our health programs, senior citizens, our parents and teachers, associations, our partnership with the barangays, but I would like to leave a more positive and reassuring story about Dagupan inasmuch as Bonuan is an integral part thereof. After the stunted growth of Dagupan for many years, we need a good story. And the good story today is that Dagupan is growing more confident, more bullish, and unstoppable. In 2018, we should be embarking for the first 1 billion pesos economy in Pangasinan. The first among all cities and towns. And we are riding on the crest of renewed confidence from many stakeholders, many investors, and most of all, our people, our fellow Dagupeños. We are building a new government center. We are pursuing the next frontier of information technology and business processing in our city. And we are rewriting history with the same energy, the same zeal, the same passion that excited our forebears when they established Dagupan as a city in 1947. We have been traveling
as a dynamic community and as a city for the last 70 years. And it is my pride to lead a city with a people who believes in the leadership that truly cares for them, believes in them, and works for them. Perhaps in the not so distant future, when my time to serve my city will come to pass, when I have laid my last brick in building a solid future for our children, I want to be remembered not just with the legacy of the fine edifices or structures, not just by the legacy of good government or a great economy. And this is my message for everyone here today in the Bonuan Association of Southern California. It will be much better to be remembered with the legacy of our good examples. Congratulations. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. And good evening.
All right, let's give another round of applause for Mayor Belen Fernandez.